Wow.
Wow, this is some really deep stuff.
I don't know what just happened, but something happened inside of me. Something snapped, something clicked. I wasn't expecting that
either. Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It's beautiful.
Monster is like really small, but it had to become that to stop me.
And then the hurt child became present when you mentioned it. And I didn't realize this until now.
There were things that I didn't remember until now.
Funny, I haven't seen that before.
It feels like I'm the monster. I'm kind of seeing images of things, of a world where they can exist.
This clarity brings all kinds of answers.
It's clear. She hugged me and then went back to her place, I guess, in my heart. Oh, it wants to come out. It wants to bippity boppity boop Cinderella me. She's melted into my chest. It's ooey gooey.
All week been finishing things, cleaning up more, started eating vegetables again last week. And it kind of just started happening.
It's almost like I just finished going through a meditation session. I feel light. When you hit that first joint, in the morning, and
I actually feel a lot more awake.
Do you have a part of you that you'd like to get to know, or any other thing that's been up that you'd like to talk about?
My heart. What came to me was just noticing as of recently that I haven't been breathing, during my breath work. And so I'll hold my breath, and it was just noticeable when I, stopped moving and stopped, everything was busy around me, just sitting here realizing I felt a little tight in my chest. Not that I'm not sick or anything, but it did feel it felt like, okay, this is where I need to focus right now.
Okay. Does that tightness in the chest, is that something that you think comes up at other times? Is it specific to where you are right now, or this call, or is it something that shows up often?
It shows up often.
Mm-hmm.
I'll find myself having to take one major deep breath to kind of release the tightness sometimes. I just ignore it for the most part. I just equate it to stress, or whatever is happening in that moment. But I'm not stressed right now, which is why I think it's really not as noticeable. It just was noticeable because I wasn't doing anything else.
Okay. So normally you would just ignore it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So see if you can kind of turn inward, try to really face that tightness in your chest, try to see it and see if there's any other sensations that go along with it, or any other specifics about it that you can notice.
Yeah, is it another minute? I'm sorry.
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's the breath. It's the breathing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I noticed that comes with it. So like the deep breath to if I'm not stretching or to kind of release it.
Yeah.
It'll be that deep breath, which kind of is another way of releasing it as well.
Yeah. And is there any, this is where feel free to be creative because, we're talking about these inner sensations, but is there any other quality about the tightness in the chest? Does it have a direction? Does it have a color? Does it have an aura? Is there any other description that you can see when you sense it?
Actually, yeah. Orange.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Orange.
And how would you say when you're looking at it and you're looking at this tightness and this orange energy, how do you feel towards it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. It's all right.
Like it's not it's not repulsive. It's not like something I want to turn away from, but it's not necessarily something I want to go towards.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just really like
Yeah. And that would make sense. I mean, the first thing you said about it is that your normal response is to just ignore it. So it's like, yeah, you don't hate it. You're not kicking it away, and you're also not leaning towards it.
I see it though.
Yeah. So in this little session, we're gonna, if it's all right with you, we're gonna try to get to know it a little better and just see what we can learn from it. So that part of you that is that part of you that's kind of doesn't want to go towards it or it tends to ignore it. See if you can ask that part just in your mind. See if you can just ask that part to step aside for a minute while we do this work and just see how it reacts.
It didn't like it.
Yeah. Okay. So let's check. We're not going to push past any part here. So yeah. What did it have to say about it? How does it feel about being asked to give space?
It was like, I guess.
Yeah.
It was like, I'll do it, but it wasn't. It was more of a slow yes than a fast no.
So it was a little hesitant.
Yeah, hesitant, and I noticed because so interesting. I realized a new tell of mine is me touching my ear.
Oh.
And so it's something that I recently noticed or have been paying attention to, and I touched my ear.
Okay.
Which is why I was like, it doesn't like it. It's making me a little bit uncomfortable.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that, and you can thank that part for sharing that. And yeah, if it is willing to just give us a few minutes to give you space, just let it know that it can come right back in when we're done, which won't take long, and you can go back. If ignoring is the right way to work with this, that'll be an option in just a few minutes if it'll just give us some space.
Okay. I think I'm making the executive decision.
Okay. Yeah, well, and that's an interesting way to put it, and really that there's you, and you aren't a part, and you are the leader, and we don't want to be too pushy with our parts, but on the other hand, as a leader, if you get a sort of yes, sometimes you just take that as a yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, they give you an inch, take a mile. I'm gonna take a mile on this one.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it'll be maybe 5 or 10 minutes.
And it's a safe space. I feel that it's a safe space, so it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
That's hard.
So focusing again on the tightness in the chest, the orangeness. See if you can just ask that part directly inside of you. Ask it, what does it want you to know? Or what does it want you to know about it? And just wait for an answer, see what it has to say.
So sorry.
It's okay. And you don't have to share with me anything that it's saying, but it sounds like you're getting some message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's so I'm talking to my heart. I'm like, for real though?
Yeah.
It's like it's so cliche. It's like, oh, what is your heart saying? Oh, my heart is telling me right now that it's scared. There's something in it that there's a level of fear, there's a level of discomfort, which is why I think, and I myself,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to operate in fear. Right. So that's where I'm just like, really, like that's what we're feeling now. When did we start doing this?
Yeah. Well, so you can let that part know that you totally feel that, and that you're, like it or not, like that feeling or not, you're definitely feeling it. And so, just let it know that you at least are picking up what it's putting down,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So it's got some messages for you about fear and such. And again, you can always put the brakes on this. You don't have to share anything with me you don't want to share, or if this is unpleasant or too much, we can change directions or stop. But I just have a couple more questions that I'm going to suggest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
can I just want to add, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I know I think with the fear is where the hesitant, that energy is coming from. It's like a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I think it's like me being like, and then also my heart being like, stay away.
Yeah. And
it's like some double boundary guard type thing going on.
Well, we would in IFS we would call them protectors. So they are protecting something that is painful. And we don't. And in this conversation, I'm promising you that we're just going to do like the surface level thing. So I'm not gonna ask you to reveal the pains and go that deep. If you want to in another call, we can do that another time. But for now, you can let those parts know that we're not gonna, open every box here.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can also just let them know that you recognize that they're protectors, that they're there for a reason. And that, again, that pain, that fear is real, and their response to it is real, and you're picking up on all of that.
Mm-hmm. And not only am I picking up on it, but I am working on a solution towards it.
You say you're working out a solution?
Yeah.
Well, the solutions and the insights usually do happen. But let's, if it's all right with you, let's just ask a couple more questions of this part.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're with the orange part. We're with the tightness in the chest part. So, and again, you don't have to reveal any details or even answer this question, but ask it, what is it afraid will happen if it doesn't get your attention that way? If it doesn't work so hard? What is it afraid will happen?
Okay.
You don't have to share it if you don't want to.
Okay.
But you're getting some messages, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds like it. And those messages, do they make sense to you? Do they resonate with you? Do you understand them?
Yeah.
Let that part of you know that you understand it, and just show it some compassion for having to do that job. Show it some compassion for its role in protecting you from that. Just see how it reacts to that.
It's so funny that you said his, because the energy is masculine.
Oh, interesting. Well, I think I didn't. If I did, I didn't mean to. I meant to say it's, because that does come up.
No, it's so funny. It's so funny though, because when I was thinking, and as you're saying, give it compassion, and I was like, yeah, no, it's not, I can't say she, it's not a she, it's a they or a male. And you said, either you said it's and I heard his, or you said his, and that's so funny.
Yeah, well, that's not uncommon for the parts to have different genders, and they don't necessarily match. So yeah, it's interesting. So, but did it react to that compassion you gave it for doing its job?
Yeah.
Yeah. And now, how would you say you're feeling towards this part that you've in the past had the ignoring come up when you think about it? How are you feeling towards it now?
Like I want to get a little hug.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. And try this one. Try asking it if you could heal or change what it protects. So it showed you what it was afraid of, and just ask it if you could heal that, what would this part like to do inside of you? How else would it like to use its energy instead of in this tight way?
Immediately, it said express it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then the song Express was just
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to hoop more.
More hooping.
I think that's, yeah.
Yeah, so this part likes to be expressive, likes to be artistic, playful, or would like to be more if and when you can heal or change what it's protecting.
Mm-hmm.
Ask it how old it thinks you are and just wait for the answer.
It's like, it's 22, 21, 22.
Yeah. And is that your real age? Like,
No.
no, okay. So let it know your real age, because it might kind of be, yeah, it's kind of, well, it's not right about it's not right about that. It's in a different time. And you can just kind of update it on your real age.
Right.
Got one last question. Ask it what it needs from you in the future.
I need to get out more.
Yeah.
It needs me to get out there. Yeah, whether it's more like a get out, it's less of a get out in nature and more just like do things to find the inspiration, to find what it likes again.
Mm-hmm. And that all makes sense to you. You can see yourself doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a matter of doing it.
Sure. Probably lots of other parts that have something to say about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can still let it know that, you've at least got its number. You've heard its wishes and you respect it. You respect those wishes. You're on the same team, and that you have this power to talk to parts. And if there's other parts that are interfering, that you can sort them out or find a way to work with them.
Yeah, I can't keep ignoring it.
What was that?
I can't keep ignoring it.
Yeah.
Like, if I can't keep ignoring it, because ignoring it is not, it's making the situation worse. It's making me feel worse. So,
well, we were calling the ignoring part another part. So you could, and it was giving us space, and we promised it could come back. So, if it feels okay with you, you could kind of reintroduce the ignoring part and say, and kind of show it the work that you're able to do with this part when it's not being ignored, and maybe kind of build a bridge there.
See how it goes together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the questions I have, and it sounds like you're in a sweet place with these parts. So you feel free to stay in there or not. Say thanks to all the parts that showed up and gave you, and were willing to communicate with you.
And thank you, Jay.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm definitely like smiling at my heart right now.
Yeah. Great. It's awesome.
This was great. It's nice. You allowed in the questions and the directives that you gave, you allow space for us to, one, say no,
Yeah.
and two, acknowledge a part of us, that whatever part that we may be ignoring.
Mm-hmm.
And when you bring attention to it, that's when you know better, you do better.
Yeah.
So it's like a trickle down effect type of awakening.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's also, I think, something that makes it work is it's like, it's not really my agenda. Like I don't have some vision of like what you need to do, to get fixed. It's kind of like, this is all, this game is within you,
Right. And that's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
Because there are no directions,
Mm-hmm.
It's just die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There are no directions. It's just, try and see if you can do this. If you can, great. If not, that's fine too.
Yeah. Cool. Well, like I said, I don't have any other questions for your parts or you. If you'd like to talk more, we can. But if you think this is a fine place to end it, that's great. Or if you have any other ideas, suggestions, if you have any other parts that are concerned and jumping out to address, we can do that too.
I think this is a great way to end. I think this is a really, really high note. And I don't have any. I'm good.
Awesome. All right. Well, like I said, I don't have I haven't created a podcast yet. I'm just making some recordings. Right. I'll share this with you before I, publish it, and you'll be able to see, you can take anything out if you didn't like anything or anything like that. I'll check in with you.
Okay, that works.
Cool. Thanks for your time. It was really nice talking with you today.
You too, James. Thank you.
Okay. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Do you want to help bring more self-energy to the world? If you'd like to participate in calls or help out with this project in any way, I'd love to hear your ideas. Join the Discord server or contact me at james@liveifs.com. A huge thanks to our audio engineer, Zikri, for your care and diligence in editing the calls. To every caller for your courage in sharing some of your parts. And to anyone out there getting to know their internal system, keep going. Who knows, that might be the most selfless, helpful thing you can do for others, and you're the only one who can do it. If you'd like to see us reach the largest audience, we must please the almighty suggestion algorithms at iTunes and YouTube, and they don't care about the power of IFS. They're looking for likes and shares and comments, and the sooner the better. Follow the links in the show notes right here in your podcast player to make your wishes known. And now, a minute of meditation. Or if you prefer, pull over. You can do it in 60 seconds. Just click one of those links. They're right there, and give us a like or a 5-star rating. It would really help. If you think this project is helping people, you're helping people by sharing it. Thank you.